Greetings Gothlings, welcome to Gothgirljournals. I'm Mina and I'm so happy that you could join me today. I'm going to be doing day 11 of Creep on June, hosted by the lovely Tracy Fox. All her information and links to the kit and the collaboration calendar and all of that is linked down below. Just want to say thanks again for watching. Okay, let's get crafting. So today's prompt is from the poem Fairyland. Over hamlets, over halls, o'er the strange woods, o'er the sea, over spirits on the wing, over every drowsy thing. That is the prompt. What we were given today was this, and a pocket, and tag, which I've worked on a little bit. I have quite a lot of ideas for today. I think I'm first going to just show you some of the ephemera, just in case I end up doing some stuff off camera and then kind of like, where did that come from? The story today involves Dr. Van Helsing. This is just a little snippet from my Dracula book. Come in, Dr. Van Helsing's manor, bite, bottle, hat, peculiar, cloche, bottle, Dr. Van Helsing, and here's Dracula, candlelight, AVH, which is Abraham Van Helsing. Sorry. I was kind of like, duh, guys, don't you know what AVH is? We've got a little baby bat. Poe is going to meet his good old pal Van Helsing. This is from Tracy's kit. Old library, cemetery, evil vampire, a lady about to be taken by death, stack of books, coffin, log, latitude and longitude table. These are the forests and the seas that the poem talked about, and I've combined two pictures from Tracy's kit because they fit together as if they are just meant to be, and they look amazing. This is my fairy. The fae are not cute, they are not helpful, they are not friendly, according to proper legend and lore. Then I've got a Poe quote, I intend to put up with nothing that I can put down. And then I've got an old dictionary page which has bat on it, so I thought that was cool. I started making this tag which will tuck into the given pocket. I've put a little door there and there's a picture of Vladislav Dracula, who is Van Helsing's like arch nemesis. So he keeps this like little shrine of him in his house. Creepy. And then inside I've got arcane secrets, and these are shelves. Some are broken, as you can see, and we will be putting something special in here. This is like my most exciting part of the make. And then I've got a couple of things. I've got a tag. This is from an old Wikipedia board game, and it's all about vampires. So it's like a trivia. So who wrote 1897 novel Dracula? On what children's television program does Count Von Count help viewers with their numbers? Sesame Street. Who portrayed Marvel's vampire hunter Blade in 3 movies from 1998 to 2004, obviously Wesley Snipes. And then they give page views in, this is really old game, in December 2014. So they give Vampire Weekend, Blackula, and Vlad the Impaler. You have to guess in which order most viewed to least viewed. So they give the list. And then it says vampires, besides Count Dracula, list 5 famous vampires. So you would do that as part of the game. So I've made it into a little tag. And then I like this picture of Dracula because it's almost like he's in battle. This is Van Helsing, strapping young lad. And yes, he has a bat on his head. It will make sense just now. This is Van Helsing when he grows a little bit older. I've got another word from Release the Crafton, Bloodlust. This is from Tracy's kit, but I just added the words the Holy Bible. I want to collage this whole thing.
Fairyland, dim vales and shadowy floods and cloudy-looking woods.
We got the ship's log when Count Dracula came over on the Demeter. That's obviously his coffin that was carried. Nighttime, Van Helsing, Dracula, out of blood, Dracula that's been lying in his coffin for a long time. or fairy, whichever one you want. Things trying to get in and then don't come in. Remember, you have to invite a vampire into your home. Then there's bat and the definition. So I'll go around and ink this a little bit better. I just wanted to get this done and just let it dry a bit. Let's move on to doing this,
whose forms we can't discover.
Now, before I put this onto the back of there, that's also going to get folded like a booklet. I want to do something a little special. This is going to go on the cover here with this, and then this is going to go underneath. These are the things we need now. Ignore everything else. This is the main event here. Let me move this more out of the way.
For the tears that drip all over.
Now, I'm not actually sure if acetate is scoreable, because this is acetate, but I guess we'll find out. Evil, scary fairy lady over here. But I'm just putting glue up here, because I need her to flap up, to be like a up flap, top flap. Okay, so she needs to do that. Look, writing space. Then underneath her, I need to put this. So we got that. Did she maybe come from the cemetery? Is that where she was found? I've just got some double-sided tape, which I already put on here. Now I need to put this pretty exact so that my fairy fits inside the cage. And I will show you what that looks like now. So, up, like that, fairy, and dun dun dun, she's caught in a cage. I printed a cage on acetate. I caged a fairy. So this is Van Helsing with all his, he hunts everything, including fairies. So this is one of the fairies he caught and caged in his house. Then here, I want to put his house, his manor, because that's what we are entering. So I want that to be on the cover.
Huge moons there wax and wane, again, again, again. Every moment of the night, forever changing places, and they put out the starlight, with the breath from their pale faces, about 12 by the moon dial, one more filmy than the rest.
This is going to be on the cover because the pocket, this is a pocket that's on the front, which we're going to stick on now. There's his manor. We're entering the manor. He has all sorts of, like potions and things that he uses to fight creatures. He has caged a fairy, and then I like this quote here, I intend to put up with nothing that I can put down, as in, he's not putting up with her, he's putting her down immediately. Doesn't need to put up with the fairy's nonsense. And then this is a cemetery. I'm now going to need to fold this to get the pocket onto it. Gosh, a lot of scoreboarding going on today.
A kind which upon trial they have found to be the best, comes down, still down and down, with its centre on the crown of a mountain's eminence, while its wide circumference in easy drapery falls over hamlets, over halls, wherever they may be, o'er the strange woods or the sea.
So that is the front. Ta-da! Van Helsing's initials, his manor. It's got some stuff there. He has trapped a fairy. And there is a cemetery here. All right, now in here, I actually haven't fully thought about what I want to put in here, to be honest. I was just having fun with the collaging. So let's put that, actually, I do have a plan for the back of here. It's this, a beautiful thing.
Over spirits on the wing, over very drowsy a thing.
Yeah, I just really love these two pictures and how they fit into each other, and I had to have them in this. So they also match the words in the poem. So number one, I'm going to put the word bloodlust across here. And then what I wanted to do is use my favorite punch at the top here, my slot punch, and I will be putting a little ribbon or a little something on this one. I haven't done that in a while, so there we go. And then on the back here is going to go young strapping Van Helsing, but before we can stick him on here, he is going to need his hat, and that is where the bat is hiding under, like that. And then the hat is going to move and go peekaboo. I have a bat under my hat. I need my pokey. Oh, Martha, really? I'm going to poke into this today. And I have a little baby Brad. So let's just see how I want the hat.
And buries them quite.
Glue eraser, you're so useful. Suddenly a use for you. We are going to split this pin. All right, so like that, and peekaboo. I thought it was cute. Okay, there we go. That is our tag, and what I want to put at the top is kind of a little ruffle. Let me just measure. Yeah, let's do this. So I normally double whatever string or whatever I'm putting through. I push it through, and then I push the two end bits through that loop, and then I tighten. And there we go. Oh. Listen, man, keep it together. This is how your hat is meant to be. Okay, so we got that done. This is going on the back of here, so I'm going to quickly put the pocket on. Now we can move on to a fun bit, a little specimen slide thing. I have collected, I don't know if you can see it. Those are wings from flying ants. They just, over the summer, used to shed their wings everywhere. So I collected some. I don't know why I used this huge packet. This is going to static to me. And I wanted to make a specimen out of kind of a real specimen. I'm tearing these apart. I need to be more careful. Yeah, out of kind of like an actual real insect specimen. But, you know, Dr. Van Helsing does more important things than flying ants. Not an entomologist. So these are going to be... Oh dear. There we go. These are going to be fairy wings. Oh gosh, they are so delicate. I'm going to take this off, stick on the, this is just some flimsy plastic I got off of something, some packaging. And then we can go from there.
In a labyrinth of light. And then how deep, oh deep, is the passion of their sleep. In the morning they arise, and their moony covering is soaring in the skies.
Pretty fairy wings. I tried. I attempted. it doesn't look too bad. And now I just want to put a few very light stamps on it, and then a bit of like a specimen label, I guess. Yeah. Protect your work surface, Mina. Protect your work. That's the lid. You can't dip in the lid. Silly Billy. Okay. This is not permanent. This is distress ink. So whatever, if it gets onto the actual slide, it's not permanent, so it won't stay on there. It'll rub off. So that's why I'm not covering that or too worried about it. I have these stamps, and I want to stamp it onto something and then cut it out. And I have to find something really tiny because I was not wise, and I tried to leave like one bottom kind of wider, but I guess I didn't do it right. Perhaps I should have stamped this in black. Maybe I'll add some more like to the top and kind of around the frame. This is the first time I'm making one of these, so I don't quite know what colors and things and sizes and what to do. So just for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I might put a few extra stamps up close. This is a cupboard of arcane secrets. I need to put the bottom of the cupboard on because I decided to make like a teeny tiny bottom pocket on the cupboard like last minute because I'm going to put stuff in there. These, I don't know if you can see the wood grain on here very well. I did that with my embossing folder that looks like this. Hopefully you can see the grain there. If you're looking at this green and wondering about my wonderful like patina skills, no. So what happened was, this is not a brown card. I did not have card this color. So it's actually a digital. When I emboss, I have to wet it. So I have to keep reminding myself because otherwise it cuts through everything like a die cut. So I actually wet the other side, and I just very, very slightly wet it. But these are the places where the water went through, and it turned the ink, the brown ink from my inkjet, it turned it a bit green. I mean, I love it, but I won't love it for everything. So when you're doing embossing, it's actually better, I mean, unless you have a laser printer, it's better that you don't use a digital. This is so exciting. Van Helsing, vampire hunter guy, well, vampire, werewolf, everything hunter guy. I gave him like a nice little secret wardrobe of weapons. Dun dun dun, special cut hunting weapons. So we've got an axe, can be used for lots of things, but also you got to chop that vampire's head off to make sure he's dead. We got a crucifix, a bear trap. Now this is more likely to be used for werewolves, I think. Silver bullets, holy water, a stake and a mallet, some nails, silver blade, a gun that can shoot the silver / wooden bullets. Into the cupboard full of sorry, I'm very excited about this plan, right? So yeah, so that put stuff when it's done. Love how it's so much fun putting in the weapons, and there we go. Okay, so we got that there. I wanted to do kind of a thing here. Okay, I've done this. I'm going to just pause and quickly finish up a few things, and then I shall come back. Let me show you everything. Our front. Fairy in a cage. We got the cemetery, the manor, the fairy wings off of a bulb pin. And I like that it's hanging over this. This was a happy accident because in my story, this is actually where the fairies came from. It's kind of the enchanted woods. Okay, then we've got our tag. Let's put a little bat over here. The rest you've seen. We open up. I added the Van Helsing's memorandum because it's got all his books. There's writing space. We've got the Holy Bible. There's writing space. Writing space. All the things to fight vampires and fairies and werewolves and whatever else he runs into, whatever other creatures he runs into, he will fight them. On the back, I just added the word bite at the bottom, the word peculiar here, and we've got our peekaboo bat that lives on his head because he likes to, you know, do all strange tests on it. Here I have the crucifix and old Van Helsing, and it says, I want you to believe in things that you cannot. I've put a little coffin-shaped paper clip just to keep it closed. I've added a few things like the candle, this, and bloodlines to the collage. What I might do at a later stage, I might consider putting in a little booklet, maybe sewing it in, or just a little flippy pad here, or just some extra writing space, but I don't want to cover the collage, and I like that it looks chaotic. It reminds me of how Van Helsing's brain probably is. So that is my day 11, guys. I want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and I will see you back for day 12. Farewell.